Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, and today we're taking a look at some cars from Greenlight. We got a mixed variety for you guys. We got a couple of Chevys and a Mopar, some from the Hollywood series, one really nicely restored, and one that is like a barn find kind of car. So, got something for everybody today. And as you can see in the background, our diorama of the old garage with the like salvage yard behind it, which has become way overcrowded. As you can see, we got like 40 of these guys going on here, a couple in the building, and I think there's like 36 or 37 behind the building from here on back. So yeah, it's got kind of big. I've overgrown the top of this dresser. I need to move it somewhere else, but unfortunately we don't have any other area to put it at the moment. So we're going to have to cool it on buying these old patina type cars, or they're going to have to go in a jammer case or something. But anyways, moving on to our Greenlight stuff. We actually have 4 of them. One of them is already unboxed, and I'll go ahead and start with it. It is a white 1971 Dodge Charger RT from the GL Muscle line. I'm not sure which series it's from, but this is a really cool car. Kind of more conservative than the others I have from Greenlight. They're all high impact colors like vibrant reds, oranges, purple, yellow, green, stuff like that. This is a more like conservative looking white kind of, I don't know, car, but it's still kind of jumps out at you because it is reflective, the white and stuff. The other one we're going to open is a little more conservative. It's in a gold color, but this with the white and the black top, the black stripe, and the black hood stripe with the air grabber and the black going looks really cool. Greenlight does a fantastic job on their 71 Charger. In my opinion, it's the best casting out there of the 71B body. There's really not many to compare. You have one from Ertl, American Muscle. You have one from Johnny Lightning, M2, and Hot Wheels. The M2 one is pretty nice too. I would say it comes in second place, followed by the Hot Wheels 100%. And even the Hot Wheels mainline casting is pretty nice, but it just lacks detail because it's a mainline car. But the 100% ones, when they had those back in the early 2000s, late 90s, those are really nice ones. But anyways, if you guys are looking for a very nice 71, definitely I recommend Greenlight. And as you can see, opening hood, this one's kind of sprung. I don't know, it wants to slam closed. But anyways, looks like it's got a 440, and it's maybe a 446 pack. Usually their Hemis have black valve covers on them, but I don't know, this may be something a little different. It's got the hideaway headlight option. Some of them have exposed headlights, so Greenlight thought of it all when they did it. They have some without the go-wings and such, so pretty cool. But yeah, this one is nice. This is also a numbered issue, and this is, let me see if I hold it the right way. It's not upside down. There we go. This is 6,117, so a fairly high number. So they probably made at least, I'd say, 10,000 of these, maybe like 9,999, since it's a 4-digit number. But it could have went higher, not sure. But yeah, fantastic looking car. Glad to add it to my collection. And you know me, I open everything usually if I plan on keeping it. That's why I went ahead and bought that one loose, because I probably got it half of what I would have paid for a carded one. I think I paid, I don't know, like $7 or $8 for it plus shipping. Whereas like carded ones, I think the cheapest one I've seen on eBay lately is like $15, something like that. So you do save quite a bit if you buy a loose. And also what I like about loose ones, you can see every angle of it, so you can prevent yourself from buying something with factory flaws. So if you buy something carded and you open it and the other side has some chips or missing tampos, there's not much you can do about it, but if somebody's already opened it, then you can see every aspect of the car. So here's that gold one I was talking about. I used to have this one when I lived in the Philippines, but I parted with it. So now that I'm back collecting again, I decided to pick it up. It was kind of on the bottom of the list. I was trying to get all the high impact color ones first. Excuse me, I gotta get a drink of water. But yeah, the high impact ones are a priority. Now the conservative ones are coming up, like this gold metallic. And then I already got the forest green one with the Magnum 500 wheels. That's one from the hobby collection. But yeah, this one's a nice one too. This is a Hemi car, 71 Dodge Hemi Charger, sold for $160,000. This is when they had the Barrett-Jackson series on its own. Now I think Barrett-Jackson, they still may have their own series. I cannot recall. But yeah, they do. No, yeah, now that I'm thinking of it, they do have that. They also have an auction block series that cover Barrett-Jackson and Meckham. But anyways, yeah, this sold in 2007 for 160 grand. So yeah, nowadays this car is probably going for 300,000 or 400,000, I would say, if it's on Barrett-Jackson anyways. So let's get him out, take a look at him. And this one is a spoilerless car. I was going to say spoiler delete, but I don't think the spoiler was standard equipment to go wing. It could have been, but I don't think so. I think it was an option. But it looks like it would have been included in an option package if you got the air grabber, because it has the air grabber, where you would think being something that has like no going, it would have probably had the louver hood and not the air grabber. But there may also be something that has like standard equipment if it has a Hemi. I'm not sure if the Hemi was one that came standard with the air grabber. Could have been, not sure on that. I'm not such a option guru, but I can tell you about the cars, the years, the details, things like that. But the options and option numbers, I'm not so keen on those. So as I was telling you before about the hideaway headlights and the exposed, so this one's a good one to compare and show you. It has the exposed headlight style grille, and it has the air grabber with the Hemi. And as I mentioned, the Hemis usually have black valve covers. As you can see down there, they did put black on the valve covers, so I was right about that. The gold looks fantastic on this too. I know I was saying it's conservative, which it is, but the gold does look really good. Another high number production, 5,732. So those are our Mopars for this evening. Now moving along to our Chevys, and I'll do the hard to find one first. At least it was hard to find for me. That is this guy here, the Ace Ventura 1972 Chevy Monte Carlo from Greenlight Hollywood Series 25. Now this one you can find on eBay, but if you notice, predominantly all the sellers are in Canada. I don't know if the US lacked on getting cases of these at their hobby stores, or they just sold out quickly in the US and nobody wants to part with them. Don't know what the deal is, but if you look on eBay from probably the past couple of weeks at least, it's all been Canadian sellers with one or two US sellers. And then finally I got lucky and found someone that had a case of them, that they only wanted to sell the case, so I bought the case because the price was right. And I figured I could keep one carded, open one, and then sell the rest. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, this was a tough one to acquire. And as I said, finally found somebody that had a sealed case, and they just wanted to sell the case, so I snagged it up while I could. So yeah, this has all the dirt and patina of the one from the movie, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and it just talks a little bit about the movie on the back of the card. If we can get that to focus, I don't know why we're having such a hard time. So when the Dolphin mascot of Miami's NFL team is abducted, Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey, a zany private investigator who specializes in finding missing animals, looks into the case. Soon, Miami Dolphins players are kidnapped too, including star player Dan Marino. So this is an old movie. So, anyways, making Ace's sleuth work even more pressing. And working with Dolphins representative Melissa Robinson, Courtney Cox, Ace closes in on the culprits, but not before many ridiculous misadventures. So yeah, this movie is from the early 90s. So yeah, whenever I seen Dan Marino was still playing, so yeah, he's retired, much older now. So let's get this car off the or out of the package, not off the card, because these are clamshell packages. We don't peel the blister off. We cut her on the back. And one thing neat about this car is, like a couple of others that I have, it's got a blown out back window. There is no window glass in the back. That's the same as, well, it's right here so I can show you guys easily. Actually, both of them I have like this is here. The Blues Brothers police car from Greenlight, and also this one's from Hot Wheels, but the General Mayhem, it had no back window. So that's one thing I've seen on some of these patina cars, no back window. And then they have the decals, tampos on the windshield to make it look like it is smashed, which is really cool. And all the paint chip patina, I think a couple of them are supposed to represent like bullet holes, and it has an opening hood with probably a 350. It's all black, so it's kind of hard to see any details, but it's there and it doesn't look too bad. And it looks pretty good for this casting. Sometimes Greenlight's engines are a little bit small for the casting, but this one's not too bad. And this one was produced, I think, in 2020 or 2019, but the release of the vehicle, the series, was in 2021, so it's not that old. It's just kind of surprising that it's so hard to find, but it is. And as you can see, the ride height's pretty cool. It sets up a little bit high, but maybe a little bit higher than factory, but it still looks really good, as you can see. And the scaling size looks really nice. Looks to be pretty accurate because the Charger was much longer than the Monte, so it's a little bit longer. And anyways, I do have a few of these to get rid of. I'll leave the link for my eBay store in the description if you guys need one, or you can contact me on IG, same name, Ron's Muscle Car Diecast, and I'll let these go. I think I have 3 left. I sold 1 already on eBay. On eBay, they're $14.95, but if you contact me direct, I can let them go for $12 a piece. So just let me know. So now moving along to our last car we have is one of the California lowriders, 1963 Chevy Impala. And this is really cool. I wish that Greenlight would do the 1964 Chevy Impala from Up in Smoke with Cheech and Chong. That car would be awesome to have in a collection. I'm surprised that they have not tried to get the licensing for that yet. Hopefully the woman that they hired is going to help turn Greenlight around and get some really cool cars released for us. That would be one that I would love to see. I would buy a few of them just to have them. But this is kind of similar, reminds me of it. Has they look more like Kragers, but I guess you could say they're like the old Supreme lowrider wheels, and it's kind of seen its share of use. As you can see, all of the patina, the paint peeling off, and the roof is pretty much bare metal. But what they did, and I'll get it out of the package and show you up close, and this is from the Lowrider Series 3, which came out last year. So it's a fairly new release, and you can still find them on eBay for a fairly decent price, like $7 or $8. But this is one thing that I guess I kind of dislike, because I want it to look a little more used and abused for my salvage yard, is all the pinstriping that they put on it. They put it right over the patina too, like over the rust, on the rusty roof and things like that. but it's still not that bad. I mean, I'm sure that like patina rust could have went and started under like the pinstriping, but if it's down to the rust or the primer, the pinstriping would be gone. That's why like spots like this don't look too like, I don't know, realistic. But anyways, it looks okay sitting over in the middle of the yard with just the top showing, not too bad. And the rest of the paint is dull, which is cool because Greenlight in their early days with the unrestored cars with rust and primer spots, they left them really shiny. Like, well, here's one. Showed you guys last week or a week before. The NCIS Challenger. You can see the gray primer is actually glossy, like they cleared over it. Same thing over here, but this matte black fender looks pretty good, but the rust is kind of glossy, so they didn't do too hot on those. But that's still a cool car to have, a hard one to find. That's why I snagged it up, that NCIS Challenger. But anyways, guys, that's it for our Free It Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you need one of these Ace Ventura Monties, let me know. I got a couple of them left. And then we will be back again come Monday for our Mopar Monday as usual. Thanks for watching and enjoy your weekend.